Hello. As we move from paper submission for individual contests to online, I wanted to just take a minute and walk you through this process. Some of you are very familiar with Google Drive and sharing things with others. Some of you might be a little overwhelmed by the process, so I just want to make sure that I can show you how it's going to work. I've started on the OSMA Online website, osmaonline.com. I'm going to go ahead and click on OSMA Contests, and that's going to pull up all of the instructions here. You'll notice a lot of the stuff at the top is pretty similar, how you submit your overall, where the registration form is in the open forum statement. Down below has the steps for getting ready, and obviously that's probably where you found this video as well for help. The first thing it says to do is you want to export pages or spreads as PDFs, and that's for design and writing entries. And I've already put copies of our newspaper over here, so you can take a look. And I'm going to show you how to go ahead and how to export it to a PDF. So I have a couple of entries in here already done. I'm going to go ahead and open up this document. I'm going to zoom out. And then I've already pre-selected, I'm going to select this story here for my feature. This is a sports feature. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to control click on that page, and I'm going to extract this page. The easiest way to do this is this way I don't hurt the original file at all. You can also delete the pages and do it that way. We'll delete the pages and crop, but sometimes things get a little shaky in terms of you're then erasing your original and things like that. So I just like to extract as a separate file. I'm going to choose my desktop, and you'll see the new document pulls up right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. I'm going to zoom out so you can see it a little bit better. And then in Adobe Acrobat, I'm going to go to View, Tools, Pages. This pulls up this crop thing over here. If you're using Preview or something else, you can almost always use Command K to crop and follow some instructions that way. So I'm going to select my crop tool. I'm going to pick the part of the document that I need to crop. I'm going to hit Enter and then Enter again. And there's my story. And then I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to save it as a PDF. Now, the instructions over here on OSMA Online tell me how I want to share it. It says that I want to name it according to the contest category number, the school, the first name, and the last name of the student. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my list of categories so I can see and just double check. A sports feature is 15. So I'm going to head back over here. This is category 15. The school is R.B. Hayes. First name is Jessica. Last name is Vaughn. I'm going to click Save, and I'm going to just save it on my desktop. You can see it shows up right here. Again, I've left this page intact because I file saved as rather than saving over, but however you want to do it is up to you. So then I have a folder created in my Google Drive already that has all of these different things that I'm creating for this video. So I'm going to just click this. I'm going to drag. When you see the blue upload, I can just drop it and it will upload automatically right there into the categories. So you can see the different categories and you can sort them by name if it makes it easier to put them in order. Okay. So I have a couple different categories there, news, general feature, and sports feature that are all ready to go. If you're doing photos or something like that, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to submit them as PDFs. Typically when we do photos, I would say submit the entire the photo with the story, as long as we know what photo it is we're looking for. That gives us the caption, it gives us the context that the story and the photo belong in, and all of those things. And then broadcast, you can upload them to YouTube and then just include the link when we use the shareable link below. All right, so it does say that I need to make it shareable, and I'm going to have a shareable link, and that I need to submit my entries using this form. Okay, so I'm going to click on the form, and here's where you can see the form, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this out so that you can see both of these things at once. All right. Make this a little bit smaller so it's a little bit easier to see. All right. right, so I'm going to start with the first one. Roxanne. She's an 11th grader, Herbie Hayes. My name. We have 801 students or more, and this is category 1, news writing. I know because it's labeled number 1 here. And then this is where it says that I need a shareable link. Here's where it's the easiest way to do it. If you click here, and then you click share, you want to make sure that it's set to anyone with the link can view. And then you can either click here and copy, or you can just click copy link. And then you're going to paste it there, Command V to paste. Yes, this is exactly how I published it. We haven't made any changes or fixed any mistakes or anything like that. And I'm going to go ahead and click submit. And then I'm going to submit another response. I'm going to do the same thing with these other 2. So the next one is Abby Ironman, also an 11th grader, still RB Hayes. If this seems very tedious to you, just think about how it's very similar to what we did before with cutting out, having to fill out that form and all of that. And just like you probably had your students help you with that process, feel free to have your students help you with this process as well. Chances are, if it seems overwhelming to you, it's probably actually less overwhelming to them because most of them are doing this in their classes pretty frequently. And we're going to do one more. She's a 12th grader. Still 801. Category 15, sports feature. And I'm going to click that shareable link and copy the link. Or I can select it there and copy. And I'm going to click yes and submit. So there I've submitted 3 different things, okay? When I come over here, you can tell that I've followed most of these instructions so far. I've gotten the shareable link. I've made sure that they're all named the correct way, and I've filled out that individual advanced contest form for each of those. All right, and sorry for the obvious split in video, but I had to get one other thing set up here. So when I'm done filling out all of those individual advanced contest registration forms, I've got an entire list of, I've got lots of those filled out, and I've got a lot of entries right here in my folder. Then I need to fill out this contest roster, okay? This contest roster, we're actually gonna make a change to it. So it's gonna look, instructions will look a little different from this by the time you actually are looking at this website. When I click on that link, it's going to take me to something that looks like this, and I'm going to click Make a Copy. And that's going to pull up my copy, my editable copy of the roster. So I'm going to actually change the name. I'm going to add my high school there, and I'm going to also put that right there. And then I'm going to start putting in some of these things. So I know that my student Jessica Vaughn was in category 1. Then I have Becca Rockison in category 5. And I'm going to put Abby Ironman in category 15. Obviously, if this were a real situation, I would have many more of those. And actually, I got those kind of backwards. So this is Becca. Sorry. And Jessica Vaughn's down here. That makes more sense to my brain. Okay, so then I need to add in the titles for things. Hayes name, National Blue Ribbon. And again, just like most of you might not put the whole thing in, you don't have to type the whole title. Just a couple of words is fine. You'll notice as I populate those boxes, the yellow turns to white so I can see what I have left open. So you can actually very quickly tell if there are categories that you're not applying to for a contest. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So it says you want to make sure that you spell all your names correctly and then everything like that. If you're having students help you with other things, I really highly recommend that you do this part yourself, just because it's like that one last check that the advisor can do to make sure that everything's good. And then when you're done with that completed roster, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click Share, probably says private only to you, and you want to share it with osmaonline@gmail.com. Just double check that, osmaonline@gmail.com. You're going to click. You can do edit only, you can do comment review, really doesn't matter. You're going to click send. You might get an error message that says something like, this is outside of your organization, are you sure you want to send, or something like that. Okay. When you are finished with that and you've done all of those things, you've filled out the individual contest registration for each of your kids, and you've sent this off via email or via sharing to OSMA Online, you are successfully submitted for the individual advanced contest. Please remember that there's ways up here that you should submit your overall newspaper and news magazines, and then there's going to be a link at the bottom of this document for you to submit your overall news website as well. I hope that helps. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Candace or one of her assistants or one of us on the committee to move this digitally would be more than happy to help you. Have a great day.